Yes, let's talk a little bit about application security.
Yeah.
So one of the challenges I've often run into is how do you just run a program across an enterprise? Like it's easy if I just want to do a pen test against one system. Like I say, I'm going to schedule a pen test, it's a project.
Yeah.
But if I want to do pen testing, and I've got 100 different development organizations and I want to run a program, what feels like it always happens is I do like one system, maybe a second system, and then I get distracted and my team loses headway.
Yeah. We've met with so many teams in the last 2 years to discuss, to learn from them how they do in application security and what are their challenges. Some of them were just a single person, one-man show doing all the security for organization, and some of them were 60, 70 people only for application security.
Wow.
And actually, they all have the same problem. They know about some things that they can do, like pen testing, but they sometimes lost when it comes to strategy and to planning and to overtime execution and learning from what they did in the past, planning the future, planning the program. They all struggle with this. And I'm actually interested to hear from you. How would you approach this? What are the steps that you see in getting somewhere, different kind of organizations, maybe we can talk about this, and then starting, what are the first steps that you need to do in order to start this process of starting the roadmap to mature application security and strong application security and actually safe applications. You cannot accomplish safe applications without that, I guess.
Yeah, so I think the first step is counterintuitive. It's actually creating a place to write down the work you're not going to do yet. Because one of the challenges is if I have to make a trade-off, there's 10 things I could do and I can only get one done. And so if I only think about the one, I forget about the 9.
Yeah.
And so the first step is having a place to write down those 9 things and say, I know that I should do this thing, but I'm not going to do it yet. And so I know where I can come back to and continuously improve once I get done with the second step, which is whichever thing was the most important. Or really, I don't want to say most important, I want to say most likely to succeed.
Yeah.
I think too many people target the hard, most important thing rather than that easy, low-hanging fruit. Like, I have a developer who wants me to do AppSec with them. It doesn't matter if it's not my most important application because I can get AppSec done quickly.
Yeah, it's an easy win.
Right.
Yeah. But how do you get the first developer in the company to want this? Because at the very beginning, none of them want this. They just want to deliver on the functions, on the features that they're building for the organization.
So maybe you do it over coffee, right? Find somebody who's just friendly, who's interested. Maybe you do it to yourself. If you're a security program and you develop code, even if it's not important code, are you willing to run it through your own AppSec program and share the results of what you've learned? Are there ways that you can engage? One of the managers I had who did AppSec, his favorite activity was to go find somebody's code and just run some code quality tools on it, and rather than give them the results, would go and file bug reports with suggested improvements. So now they're not somebody who's coming in and telling you, oh, fix this, 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 and this. It said, here's how to fix something. And then someone said, can't I do that myself? And now you have your foot in the door.